Love knows no limits, but it hasn't always been accepted. Imagine being judged or even arrested simply for loving someone of a different race. Not too long ago, interracial relationships were seen as taboo, and for white men who fell in love with black women, the stakes were high: societal judgment or even jail time. In this video, we'll explore the lives of famous white men who defied the odds to love black women. These stories reveal courage, heartbreak, and the unshakable power of love. Some will warm your heart, while others will show the sacrifices made to follow their hearts in a world not ready to accept them. These unforgettable tales remind us that true love always transcends boundaries. Number 1. Richard Loving and Mildred Jeter. Richard Loving and Mildred Jeter weren't just any couple. They became symbols of love, triumphing over prejudice. Their story didn't just make headlines, it changed the course of American history. Richard, a white man from Central Point, Virginia, fell deeply in love with Mildred, a black woman with African American and Native American heritage. In 1958, they traveled to Washington, D.C. to marry, fully aware that their union was illegal back in Virginia due to the state's strict anti-interracial marriage laws. Shortly after returning home as newlyweds, the couple was arrested in the middle of the night. Charged with violating Virginia's laws, they pleaded guilty and faced a harsh punishment: a 1-year prison sentence, suspended only if they agreed to leave the state and not return together for 25 years. Forced into exile, Richard and Mildred moved to Washington, D.C., but they yearned to return to their home in Virginia. Mildred, determined to fight, wrote to then Attorney General Robert Kennedy for help.
But in all
Her plea
16
was
states
passed to
that
the
have held
American
such
Civil
statutes.
Liberties Union, which
This is Hope
decided to
Ride
take
and
on their
ABC
case.
News reporting.
This decision set the stage for a groundbreaking moment in history.
Over.
In
Richard and Mildred
1967,
Loving
the
have won
Supreme
the
Court
right to be
delivered its
man and
landmark
wife,
ruling in
father
Loving
and
v.
mother in
Virginia,
the state of Virginia.
declaring all laws banning
Anti-miscegenation
interracial marriage unconstitutional. Richard, a man of few words, captured the essence of their fight when he told his lawyer, "Just tell the court I love my wife, and it's not fair we can't live in Virginia." Their love, simple yet profound, paved the way for countless couples to marry without fear of the law standing in their way. Mildred later reflected on their victory with pride, knowing their love had helped to ensure equality for generations to come. Number 2. John Barry Ryan III and Eartha Kitt. John Barry Ryan III, born into the lap of luxury, had everything most people could only dream of. Coming from a high society family with deep ties to banking and shipping, his life was perfectly aligned with the expectations of his privileged background. But John wasn't content to follow the conventional path laid out for him. When he crossed paths with the incomparable Eartha Kitt, he made a choice that defied every societal norm of the time. He chose love. Eartha Kitt, a dazzling performer with a voice as sultry as her stage presence, was no ordinary woman. She was the iconic singer behind timeless hits like C'est Si Bon and Santa Baby. Her allure, grace, and immense talent captivated audiences worldwide. But when she and John met in the 1950s, their connection was more than a passing romance. It was a bold stand against the deeply entrenched prejudices of the era. Interracial relationships were not just frowned upon in their time. They were met with open hostility, especially for someone like John. As a white man from a powerful and elite family, he faced immense scrutiny for being in love with Eartha, an African-American woman blazing trails in the entertainment industry. Their relationship became the talk of high society, drawing stares and whispers wherever they went. The gossip and judgment were relentless, but their love burned bright in defiance of the odds stacked against them. For Eartha, however, the relationship wasn't without its toll. She later spoke of the emotional weight they both carried, particularly as the backlash began to impact her career. Society's intolerance not only strained their personal lives, but also seeped into Eartha's professional world. Despite their undeniable connection, the pressure proved too much and the two ultimately parted ways. Years later, Eartha reflected on their love with a mix of fondness and pain, describing John as one of the few people who truly saw her beyond her fame and public persona. "We weren't rejected for who we were," she once said, "but for what we represented, an interracial couple daring to love in a world that wasn't ready for us." Number 3. Matt Stone and Angela Howard. If you've ever watched South Park and laughed at its sharp, outrageous humor, you already know Matt Stone as one of the brilliant minds behind the iconic series. But behind the edgy satire that defines his career lies a more personal and heartfelt story. His marriage to Angela Howard, a woman whose intelligence and grounded nature have been his rock. In 2008, Matt Stone married Angela, a black woman whose presence in his life brought balance to the whirlwind of fame. Together, they've built a family, raising 2 children and choosing to keep their personal lives largely out of the spotlight. Their love story doesn't follow the typical Hollywood script. Instead of grand gestures and paparazzi moments, they've opted for a quieter, more intimate approach, focusing on what truly matters, their bond and their family. Being in an interracial marriage, however, hasn't shielded them from public curiosity. Fans and media have often speculated about their relationship, but Angela and Matt have remained steadfast, brushing off the noise and keeping their connection at the center of it all. Angela's strength and independence have been key to their enduring partnership. She's never sought the limelight, instead choosing to stand by Matt's side as his career soared, offering unwavering support without becoming tabloid fodder. What's remarkable is how seamlessly they've navigated fame together. Matt's work on South Park has kept him in the public eye, but Angela has remained a private and steady presence. In interviews, Matt has spoken about how much he values Angela's support, crediting her with helping him maintain perspective amid the chaos of Hollywood. Their love isn't flashy, but it's real, built on mutual respect, shared humor, and an unshakable commitment to each other. Number 4. Errol Flynn and Eartha Kitt. In the glitzy golden age of Hollywood, few actors embodied adventure and scandal quite like Errol Flynn. Known for his daring roles in swashbuckling films and his equally wild off-screen escapades, Flynn lived life as if it were one of his action-packed movie sets. But perhaps one of the boldest chapters of his life wasn't a scripted scene. It was his brief yet fiery romance with the captivating Eartha Kitt. Eartha, a trailblazing performer with an irresistible charm, had already begun carving out her legacy when she crossed paths with Flynn in the early 1950s. Their connection was electric, but their relationship unfolded in a world that was anything but welcoming to interracial love. For Flynn, who was no stranger to controversy, dating Eartha added another layer to his already scandal-filled reputation. But for Eartha, the stakes were far higher. Her career and public image were constantly under threat. Their romance, while passionate and thrilling, wasn't built to withstand the harsh societal pressures of the time. Eartha later described Flynn as a man who brought excitement and adventure into her life. "He had this energy that was infectious," she once reflected. "He made me feel alive in ways I hadn't before." Yet the racial divide loomed large, and the world around them was unrelenting in its judgment. For Flynn, their relationship was another thrilling chapter in his storied life, a fleeting yet memorable dalliance. But for Eartha, it was a far more complicated affair. While she cherished the fun and spontaneity they shared, the constant scrutiny and hostility took a toll. Every outing, every public moment was dissected and criticized, adding an exhausting weight to what should have been a private romance. Eartha once summed up their time together with a mix of fondness and realism. Errol had this incredible charm, this magnetic energy. But the world wasn't ready for us. We lived under a microscope. Every move watched, every laugh questioned. Number 5, David Bowie and Iman. David Bowie's most profound transformation didn't happen on stage. It happened in love. In 1992, Bowie married Somali-born supermodel Iman, creating one of the most iconic and enduring love stories in entertainment history. Bowie, the British rock star known for pushing boundaries, found his grounding force in Iman, a statuesque trailblazer who brought grace and strength into his life. Together, they didn't just turn heads. They redefined what it meant to be a power couple. Their love story seemed straight out of a dream. Bowie, the eccentric musical genius, and Iman, the stunning supermodel, looked as if they'd stepped right off a magazine cover. But beneath the glamorous exterior was a bond far deeper than appearances or fame. Bowie often spoke of Iman as his muse, the woman who fueled his creativity and inspired his art. Despite their undeniable chemistry, their interracial relationship came with its own set of challenges in a world that wasn't always ready to accept them. Iman, already a groundbreaking figure in her own right, spoke candidly about the pressures of being a black woman married to a white man in the public eye. The media's relentless focus on their relationship often dissected it through a racial lens, placing undue scrutiny on their every move. But for Bowie, none of that mattered. His love for Iman transcended race, fame, or status. He never allowed the world's opinions to dictate the depth of their connection. In interviews, Iman reflected on how Bowie saw her for who she truly was, beyond the runway lights and magazine covers. Their relationship was built on mutual respect, unwavering support, and an unshakable love that stood the test of time. 6. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. When Prince Harry fell for Meghan Markle, it wasn't just a royal romance, it was a love story that shook the world. Meghan, a biracial American actress, brought a refreshing modernity to the British royal family, but her arrival wasn't without controversy. Their relationship became a global flashpoint, igniting conversations about race, class, and the evolving role of the monarchy in today's society. From the very start, Meghan faced relentless scrutiny, particularly from the British tabloids. Her mixed-race background became an obsessive focus for the media, with much of the coverage dripping with thinly veiled racism. But Harry wasn't about to let the history of his mother, Princess Diana, repeat itself. Having witnessed firsthand how the press hounded Diana, he made it his mission to protect Meghan, refusing to stay silent against the invasive and often malicious attacks. Their love story was far from a fairy tale. The couple faced intense backlash, not only from the press, but also from royal insiders who resisted the change Meghan symbolized. Despite the challenges, Harry and Meghan stood firm, choosing each other over the expectations and pressures of royal tradition. Their decision in 2020 to step back from royal duties and move to the United States sent shockwaves through the monarchy, a bold and unprecedented move that marked their commitment to living life on their own terms. The transition wasn't just about leaving the royal spotlight, it was about safeguarding their family and finding freedom from an institution that felt stifling. Together, Harry and Meghan have continued to face public judgment, but their love remains unshaken. 7. Marlon Brando and Dorothy Dandridge. Marlon Brando wasn't just the legendary star of The Godfather in A Streetcar Named Desire. He was a man who constantly pushed back against societal norms, both on and off the screen. One of the most daring examples of his defiance was his deeply private, yet powerful relationship with Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy wasn't just a Hollywood actress, she was a trailblazer, the first black woman ever nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress, thanks to her unforgettable role in Carmen Jones. In an era when racism was woven into the fabric of Hollywood, Dorothy shattered barriers that many believed were impossible to overcome. Yet despite her incredible achievements, the industry's deep-seated biases often overshadowed her brilliance, and her groundbreaking Oscar nomination ended without a win. It was in the midst of this challenging landscape that Dorothy and Marlon found each other. Their chemistry was undeniable, and their connection began in the 1950s, a time when interracial relationships were met with hostility and open disdain. Understanding the intense scrutiny they would face, Brando and Dandridge kept their romance out of the public eye, seeking solace in each other's company. Dorothy once shared that Marlon was one of the few men who truly saw her for who she was, beyond the glamour and societal expectations. Their relationship, she said, was a rare sanctuary from the world's unrelenting judgment. For Brando, love knew no color, and he often spoke out against the racial injustices that plagued not only Hollywood, but society at large. He respected Dorothy for her strength, talent, and grace, and he admired her resilience in the face of an industry that often tried to diminish her. Number 8, Joshua Jackson and Jodie Turner-Smith. Joshua Jackson, star of Dawson's Creek and The Affair, made waves in 2018 when he started dating British-born actress Jodie Turner-Smith, known for her standout role in Queen and Slim. Their relationship quickly grew serious, leading to a 2019 wedding and the arrival of their daughter Juno in April 2020. Together, they represented a modern, diverse family that captured public attention. However, their love story wasn't without challenges. As a high-profile interracial couple, they often faced scrutiny. While many fans celebrated their relationship as a step forward, others criticized it, with Jodie enduring the brunt of the backlash on social media. In response, Jodie spoke candidly about the negativity, asserting that love should never be judged by the color of one's skin. Despite the public pressure, the couple stood united for years, showcasing resilience and mutual support. Yet in 2023, Jodie filed for divorce. While the reasons remain private, their time together highlighted both the beauty and challenges of interracial love in the spotlight. Number 9. Robert De Niro and Grace Hightower. Robert De Niro, a name synonymous with cinematic greatness, has also led a life filled with personal stories just as captivating as his iconic roles. Among them, his relationship with Grace Hightower, an African-American actress and philanthropist, stands out as one of the most profound chapters. The pair first crossed paths in the 1980s when Grace was working at a London restaurant. What began as a chance meeting soon blossomed into a love story that would span decades. In 1997, after years of dating, De Niro and Hightower tied the knot in a private ceremony. The following year brought more joy as the couple welcomed their first son, Elliot, in 1998. However, their journey together was anything but smooth. By 1999, their marriage faced turbulence, leading to a divorce filing. Yet in a testament to their bond, the pair reconciled, putting their differences aside and rebuilding their relationship. By 2004, De Niro and Hightower renewed their vows in a heartfelt ceremony attended by close friends, including Hollywood icons like Meryl Streep and Ben Stiller. Their family expanded once more in 2011 with the birth of their second child, Helen Grace, via surrogate. Their enduring connections seem to have weathered the storms of life, but even the strongest relationships have limits. In 2018, after more than 20 years together, De Niro and Hightower once again found themselves at a crossroads, ultimately filing for divorce. Their separation was finalized in 2019. Despite their challenges, De Niro has remained vocal about the unshakable importance of family, often emphasizing that being present for his children is his greatest priority. Similarly, Grace has shared her perspective on motherhood, highlighting that love, patience, and support are essential in raising children, no matter the trials marriage may bring. Interestingly, De Niro's love for African-American women began long before his relationship with Grace. In 1976, he married another African-American actress, Diane Abbott. Together, they had a son, Raphael, before divorcing in 1988. Throughout his life, De Niro has demonstrated that love knows no boundaries, proving time and again that it transcends race, societal norms, and expectations. Number 10. George Lucas and Mellody Hobson. When Star Wars creator George Lucas tied the knot with Mellody Hobson in 2013, it was more than just a marriage. It was a powerful testament to love that transcended race, age, and societal expectations. Mellody, a highly accomplished businesswoman and president of Errol Investments, brought a dynamic energy to Lucas's world of Hollywood and filmmaking. Together, they became a power couple that symbolized mutual admiration, success, and enduring affection. Their relationship wasn't without its challenges. Like many interracial couples, they encountered whispers of disapproval from some corners of society. But George and Mellody never let that deter them, instead focusing on building a life grounded in respect and love. In 2013, their family grew with the birth of their daughter, Everest, via surrogate. For Lucas, this was a chance to embrace fatherhood anew, as he was already a devoted father to 3 older children. Amanda, born in 1981 with his first wife, Marcia Lou Griffin, and 2 adopted children, Katie and Jet. This union marked a fresh chapter for Lucas, offering him a renewed sense of joy and partnership. Despite their high-profile lives, George and Mellody have remained remarkably grounded. Number 11. Roger Ebert and Chaz Hammel-Smith. Legendary film critic Roger Ebert, celebrated for his incisive reviews and boundless love for cinema, discovered a deeper kind of joy later in life: love. In 1992, at the age of 50, he married attorney Chaz Hammel-Smith, marking the beginning of a partnership that transcended the screen and the courtroom. Their love story wasn't a fiery whirlwind, but rather a steady flame built on mutual respect, admiration, and shared dreams. Roger, always in the public eye as a renowned film critic, and Chaz, a legal powerhouse, seemed to come from different worlds. Yet they found harmony in supporting each other's passions. Chaz wasn't just his wife, she was his unwavering champion, especially during Rogers' later years when he faced a grueling battle with cancer that took away his ability to speak. Through it all, Chaz ensured Rogers' voice continued to resonate, helping him share his thoughts and critiques through his writing and maintaining his presence in the film world. Their marriage endured until Rogers' passing in 2013, and to this day, Chaz reflects fondly on their journey together. She often describes their bond as one filled with quiet strength, love, and a shared pursuit of life's joys. Number 12, Justin Chambers and Keisha. When Justin Chambers isn't scrubbing in as Dr. Alex Karev on Grey's Anatomy, he's embracing his most important roles: devoted husband and proud father. Long before his Hollywood stardom, Justin tied the knot in 1993 with Keisha Chambers, a former model agency booker. The two met while working in the modeling industry, and their connection was instant, sparking a love story that has stood the test of time. Together, Justin and Keisha have built a family that includes 5 children: Isabella, twins Maya and Kayla, Eva, and Jackson. Juggling the demands of a high-profile acting career with the responsibilities of parenthood is no small feat, but the Chambers family has made it work seamlessly. Their enduring marriage is a rare gem in Hollywood, where relationships often crumble under the weight of fame. Justin has often credited Keisha as his rock, calling her his anchor in an unpredictable and sometimes chaotic industry. Despite his household name status, Justin and Keisha have deliberately kept their lives out of the spotlight, focusing on their family and maintaining a sense of normalcy. Their low-key approach to love and life has helped them sidestep the pressures that often come with celebrity relationships. At home, Justin isn't the celebrated TV star. He's a loving husband and hands-on dad. Number 13, Tom Jones and Mary Wilson. The romance between Tom Jones and Mary Wilson felt like a soulful ballad straight out of the 1960s, intense, passionate, and unforgettable. Tom Jones, the Welsh heartthrob, with a velvet voice behind classics like It's Not Unusual and What's New Pussycat, was already a global sensation. Meanwhile, Mary Wilson, one of the original members of the Supremes, was taking the world by storm with chart-topping hits like Baby Love and Stop in the Name of Love. Their paths crossed during the peak of their careers, a time when their stars were shining brightest. Despite grueling schedules and the pressures of fame, Tom and Mary found themselves drawn to each other. What made their connection special wasn't just the undeniable physical chemistry, it was the way they appreciated each other's talents and presence. Tom was mesmerized by Mary's elegance, her commanding stage presence, and her vocal brilliance. Mary, in turn, admired Tom's magnetic charm and the effortless way he could light up a room. But the world they lived in wasn't ready for their love. In the 1960s, interracial relationships were still heavily scrutinized, and the societal pressures forced them to keep their romance under wraps. Despite the secrecy, their time together was filled with electric moments, passion, and mutual admiration. In her autobiography, Dream Girl, My Life as a Supreme, Mary described their relationship as brief but extraordinary, calling it one of the most memorable chapters of her life. Tom, too, has often looked back on their bond with fondness, praising Mary's beauty and grace in interviews over the years. Number 14, Wolfgang Puck and Gelila Assefa. Celebrity chef Wolfgang Puck isn't just a genius in the kitchen. His personal life is equally rich and flavorful. In 2007, Wolfgang married Ethiopian-born fashion designer Gelila Assefa, and together they've crafted a life filled with love, family, and purpose. Their story began at an event where their connection was immediate, sparking a relationship that has grown stronger with time. While Wolfgang is globally recognized for his culinary empire, Gelila shines just as brightly with her successful career in fashion design. By the time they tied the knot, the couple had already welcomed 2 sons, Oliver, born in 2005, and Alexander, born in 2006. Wolfgang, who had 2 children from a previous marriage, found a new kind of harmony with Gelila, a partnership built on mutual respect, shared passions, and a deep commitment to their family. Their marriage is a seamless blend of old-world romance and modern collaboration. Gelila has been a powerful force behind many of Wolfgang's philanthropic endeavors, helping to raise millions for charity while continuing to excel in her own career. Together, they've created a family dynamic that thrives on creativity and giving back to the community. Wolfgang and Gelila's relationship is more than just love. It's a true partnership. Whether they're supporting each other's professional ventures or championing charitable causes, their bond exemplifies teamwork and shared purpose. Number 15, Frank Sinatra and Dorothy Dandridge. Frank Sinatra wasn't just a music icon with a voice that could melt hearts. He was also a man who refused to let societal norms dictate his life, especially when it came to matters of the heart. In the 1950s, whispers surrounded Sinatra's rumored romances with two of Hollywood's most dazzling black stars, Dorothy Dandridge and Eartha Kitt. Dorothy Dandridge, an Academy Award-nominated actress and singer, broke barriers as one of the first black women to find mainstream success in Hollywood. Her alleged relationship with Sinatra may have been brief, but it was built on a deep mutual respect for one another's artistry and strength. Yet the societal taboos of interracial relationships during that era loomed large. For public figures like Sinatra and Dandridge, the stakes were enormous. Personal and professional reputations were often at risk. Similarly, Sinatra was rumored to have shared a connection with Eartha Kitt, the magnetic singer and actress whose sultry presence captivated audiences worldwide. Much like his relationship with Dandridge, any romantic involvement with Kitt was kept behind closed doors, a quiet rebellion against the racial prejudices of the time. But Sinatra's life wasn't just about private statements. He made bold public ones too. A staunch advocate for racial equality, Sinatra famously declared, "A friend to me has no race, no class, and belongs to no minority. My friendships are formed out of affection, mutual respect, and shared values, qualities that cannot be categorized." His words and actions spoke volumes, standing as a quiet protest against discrimination. Number 16, Tony Curtis and Jill. Tony Curtis, the matinee idol of the 1950s and 60s, captivated audiences with his unforgettable performances in classics like Some Like It Hot and Spartacus. Known for his dazzling looks and effortless charm, Curtis had no shortage of admirers. Yet one of his most intriguing romances flew under the radar, a relationship with an African-American woman named Jill. The pair crossed paths in the 1950s, an era when interracial relationships were not only taboo, but carried significant social and professional risks, especially for a Hollywood star of Curtis's stature. Despite the intense societal pressures of the time, Tony and Jill formed a connection that was genuine and profound, defying the barriers placed before them. However, the challenges of their relationship were immense. Curtis, acutely aware of the public scrutiny and the potential fallout on his career, felt forced to keep their romance hidden from the world. While their time together was fleeting, it left a deep mark on Curtis, who later reflected on the difficulties interracial couples faced during that era. In interviews, Curtis candidly spoke about the pain of being unable to love openly, describing how society's prejudices overshadowed their chance at lasting happiness. "The world wasn't ready for us," he once remarked, acknowledging the emotional toll of concealing their relationship. Though their love story was brief, it was a poignant reminder of the struggles faced by interracial couples in a time of deep-seated racial divides. Number 17, Dirk Nowitzki and Jessica Olsson. NBA legend Dirk Nowitzki, renowned for his loyalty to the Dallas Mavericks and his stellar basketball career, made waves beyond the court when he tied the knot with Jessica Olsson in 2012. Jessica, the daughter of a Kenyan mother and a Swedish father, comes from a family of achievers, including her brothers, Martin and Marcus Olsson, both celebrated Swedish soccer players. The couple first crossed paths in 2010, and their connection quickly blossomed into a love story that defied expectations. Their marriage was groundbreaking, especially in the world of professional sports, where interracial unions involving high-profile athletes often attract heightened scrutiny. Dirk, a German basketball icon, and Jessica, a black woman of mixed heritage, symbolized a new era of acceptance and understanding, challenging outdated societal norms about race and relationships. Together, Dirk and Jessica have built a loving family, raising their 3 children, Malika, born in 2013, Max in 2015, and Morris in 2016. Their life together demonstrates that love is not confined by boundaries of race or culture. Dirk's decision to marry Jessica highlighted his values, showing that he prioritized genuine connection and shared values over societal expectations. Despite their fame, the couple remains grounded, rarely seeking the spotlight, and instead focusing on their bond and their family. Number 18. Robin Thicke and Paula Patton. Robin Thicke and Paula Patton were once the quintessential Hollywood power couple, their love story unfolding like a script straight out of a romantic movie. Married in 2005, Thicke, a soulful singer and songwriter famous for hits like Blurred Lines, and Patton, a talented actress known for standout roles in Precious and Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, shared a connection that began long before their rise to fame. The pair met as teenagers and grew up side by side, weathering the highs and lows of their burgeoning careers. Their relationship captured the public's attention, not just for their undeniable chemistry, but also for being a prominent interracial marriage in an industry where such unions were often scrutinized. Thicke often expressed his admiration for Patton, praising her beauty, talent, and unwavering support, while Patton described him as her rock and the love of her life. In 2010, the couple welcomed their son, Julian, who became the heart of their family. For years, they seemed inseparable, a shining example of love conquering all. But behind the scenes, cracks began to form. Despite their deep history and devotion to one another, their marriage faced mounting challenges that eventually proved insurmountable. In 2014, after 21 years together and nearly a decade of marriage, the couple announced their separation, finalizing their divorce in 2015. While their story ended on a bittersweet note, Robin Thicke and Paula Patton's relationship remains a testament to love that transcends boundaries. Number 19, Adam Housley and Tamara Mowry. When sister star Tamara Mowry tied the knot with journalist and former pro baseball player Adam Housley in 2011, their union quickly became the subject of both celebration and controversy. As an interracial couple navigating life in the public eye, they faced both admiration and harsh criticism, particularly on social media, where biases and outdated views often reared their ugly heads. But Tamara and Adam never let the negativity overshadow their bond. Their love, built on mutual respect, deep trust, and a profound connection, became their shield against the judgment of others. "It's hurtful," Tamara once said, addressing the criticism. "My husband and I are genuinely in love. We met, fell for each other, and built a life together. The color of our skin doesn't define the strength of our relationship." Their love story continued to blossom as they welcomed their son, Aiden, in 2012, followed by their daughter, Araya, in 2015. Parenthood added a new dimension to their relationship, strengthening their bond as they navigated the joys and challenges of raising a family. Tamara has been open about the struggles they've faced, using her platform to inspire others to look beyond skin color and focus on what truly matters in a relationship: love, respect, and partnership. Number 20, Phil Collen and Helen L. Simmons. Phil Collen, the iconic guitarist from rock legends Def Leppard, shocked many when he tied the knot with Helen L. Simmons in 2010. Known for his electrifying stage presence and hard rock persona, Phil's marriage to Helen, a talented African-American costume designer, was a love story few saw coming. Their romance began quietly, introduced by mutual friends who saw the spark between them. While Phil's world was steeped in the wild energy of rock and roll, Helen came from the creative yet grounded realm of fashion. Despite their vastly different lifestyles, they discovered a shared passion for creativity and adventure that became the foundation of their bond. For Phil, who had experienced the highs and lows of fame, Helen was a stabilizing force. She brought balance and depth to his life, showing him a world outside the chaos of stardom. Their relationship wasn't just about defying expectations. It was about creating a connection that transcended stereotypes and societal norms. In a genre often associated with excess and rebellion, interracial relationships like Phil and Helen's were rare. Yet their union stood as a testament to love's power to bridge divides. Phil and Helen's story reminded fans that true love isn't about fitting into a mold. It's about finding someone who inspires you, challenges you, and walks beside you through life's highs and lows. Their marriage became a symbol of how love, no matter the backdrop or culture, can thrive when rooted in mutual respect and understanding. What are your thoughts on interracial relationships? Share them in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories celebrating love and diversity.